What's good, guys? It's your boy Justin McCoy back at it again with another video. I'm playing. Alright, so as I said in my last video, I wanted to talk about the science behind barefoot, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm outside again because I feel like when I'm talking about barefoot, it's kind of like natural, so I should be in nature. I would do it in the grass, but I'm really bad at vlogging and like keeping camera still, so I just don't trust my ability to do anything in the grass. But maybe I'll end up there sometime. We're going to talk about the science. As I said, there's a few benefits that come with barefoot. Today specifically we'll go over the ones that we went over last time, as well as the benefits of running barefoot, because that's where the most science and studies were actually taken. I guess people aren't that interested in being barefoot, but it's whatever. So as I said last time, the initial kind of benefits are decreased foot pain, increased foot muscle, foot control, sensory reception, so you feel things better, which also helps increase your balance, which I think is kind of cool. They even did, I believe there was one study though that showed the difference between even being in socks, and that because you're just a little bit disconnected from the ground, you still you have less balance than when barefoot. Alright, let's get into the juicy stuff. Let's talk about this barefoot running. So the studies we're going to be looking at today mostly focus on the biomechanics of running barefoot versus shod running or with a shoe. And one of them, I believe, actually discusses the running economy, so actually being able to run a certain distance, and comparing the difference between shod running and barefoot. Over the years, running has become a common exercise for many people to do. But the problem is, the majority of the runners get injured in a given year. So as much as 75% of people who run will get injured within a given year. These injuries usually occur in the ankle, the lower leg, like the shin or the calf, or the knee and hip. One of the main causes of these injuries is something called rear foot striking, which is basically when we run and we first hit the ground with our heel. This style of running is actually increased in those who wear running shoes, like the cushiony ones. In my opinion, I believe this is because those shoes have really big heels, and when I used to run with those things, I wanted to land on the heel because it was the most cushioned part. So I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. It's nice cushion. But it's actually been shown to increase the amount of force that your body actually absorbs, and specifically your lower leg up to your knee and your hip. Actually can be somewhere between 1.5 to 3 times as much force as your body weight. As a 200-pound man, putting 600 pounds of force on my lower leg does not sound like a good thing for injury prevention or just in general. This rear foot striking can also cause the front part of your ankle muscles to increase, which can cause a lot of discomfort and often requires surgery to relieve the pressure on your ankle. Switching your gait from a rear foot strike to a forefoot strike, which is landing more on the ball of your foot, can help reduce impact force substantially. Luckily, one of the things that tend to change when someone switches from shod foot running to barefoot running is that we switch our gait to shorter strides and forefoot striking. This switch could probably be due to the fact that hitting your heel on the ground with no shoe is very painful, and I don't think we enjoy pain unless you're crazy. I'm sorry that I just called you crazy if you enjoy pain, but nah, if you're running on your heel barefoot, yeah, you're causing some serious damage. That's not even funny. But yeah, so when we switch to barefoot, we tend to run more forefoot, which again, like I said, decreases the impact force on your leg. So it decreases whatever the heck is going on in your leg. It can decrease shin splints and all that type of stuff. This chart here shows the difference in biomechanics between barefoot running and shod running. As you can see, the barefoot running or barefoot style kind of wins out in every category. It decreases what needs to be decreased, increases what needs to be increased, and kind of levels out what needs to be levels out. It basically allows our body to be in its natural state. This other study even showed that the biomechanics of our hip and our knees change as we transition to a more barefoot style. And as this may sound like a bad thing because it's change, it's actually changing it for the better to reduce the risk of injury in the hip and the knee. The next question is, does barefoot running reduce your risk of injury? This answer is a little more complicated. Although one study did show that heel strike and pronation of the foot, which also comes with wearing a shoe while running, as well as other factors or other changes in biomechanics that come with shod running, increase your risk of injury. New injuries may occur while barefoot running. This is why many experts suggest taking it slow, because it is a new stimulus, right? We have grown up on shoes, so just going straight into barefoot running can be dangerous. As with anything new, I mean, you don't start off lifting 50 pounds when you have done no weight at all. So it's just about taking it slow and getting your body acclimated to this new stimulus. Taking this process slow will reduce your risk of injury substantially. One of the studies actually gives a nice little chart on how to transition to barefoot running. I'm gonna put that on the screen and I'm gonna leave that up there for you guys to read for a little bit. As you can see, it's really just saying to take it slow and make sure that you don't do too much too quick, they say. The last thing that we're going to talk about is the actual running economy. Some runners are very reluctant to switch to forefoot striking or barefoot running because this type of running puts more strain on the calf. Heel striking really requires only the front ankle muscles, while forefoot striking again requires a lot of calf muscle. And running a long distance on just your calves is really difficult. This study here shows that the running economy is not affected when changing to barefoot running though. This may be attributed to the reduced weight on the foot when running barefoot. While other studies sought out to prove that barefoot running is better in terms of running economy, they concluded that it's just about the same. So, I mean, it may not be better in terms of distance, but you can still achieve the same as your shod running. All these studies mentioned actually wanted more research to be done on this topic because it is a very gray area. There are people who claim that it isn't as good as the studies say, but then they often cannot back up their claim with science, whereas the benefits are actually documented. As more science is done, we will further understand the true benefits of barefoot running and barefoot living in general. In conclusion, I believe that everybody can benefit from living barefoot a little more than we do already. If you wear shoes 24/7, try to spread your toes some. Try to take off your shoes and walk in your grass. Enjoy the natural feeling of your foot. Alright, we reached the end of the video. I tried my best with this one. It was a little hard. It's a little different than a nutrition video, so if I sounded a little off, that's probably why. I couldn't quite figure out how to give you guys the best information in the best words, but that's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something from it, and try some barefoot living yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and don't forget, keep shining.